Stay tuned for the wonderful world of incredible edibles and discover the secrets behind the making of a wide variety of fantastic foods, like this complete New England clam bake or these great Italian specialties, plus many other interesting, more contemporary foods, all of which will be prepared for you by TV's original kitchen magician. And here he is, Lester Morris, the Kitchen Magician.
Welcome to the wonderful world of incredible edibles, where through the magic of television, you're going to discover a world filled with fantastic foods, eye-appealing, appetizing, delicious, healthier foods, foods that will excite your imagination as well as whet your appetite. Anyway, who am I? I'm the one that's going to prepare all these incredible edibles for you. And I'm going to do them with my own favorite recipes. By the way, all the recipes are in this book. This book is called 40 Favorite Recipes, and the title has great significance because it marks the debut of me on TV. That's right, 40 years ago, I had a cooking show back in the 50s. Maybe some of you remember me cooking with the Roto-Broil. It was a combination electric rotisserie and broiler. You know, the interesting thing is that up to now, there's only been one other cooking appliance to match the versatility of that Roto-Broil, and that's the microwave oven. Oh, notice I said up to now, because now there is a revolutionary new cooking appliance, and it's really the most versatile cooking appliance you've ever seen. Actually, this appliance cooks 10 different ways. That's right. It's the high-rise automatic multi-cooker. With it, you can roast, bake, braise, pan broil, boil, stew, deep fry, stir fry. It's a waterless cooker. And you know, best of all, it's the most extraordinary steaming system that's available for home use. Yes, you can make an entire meal in it, all at the same time, all in the same unit. Now, the reason for that is because it has a special stacking system. I have a cutaway here that I'd like you to see, and this will explain the stacking system for you. It has 3 different levels. The first level is the base unit. The second level is the stainless steel steamer insert, and the third level is the combination bake, steam, and roasting rack. 3 levels, cook on all 3 at the same time, or you can cook on 1 or 2. It doesn't make any difference. But if you cook on all 3 at the same time, you can make a complete meal like this New England steamed dinner with corned beef and cabbage. Oh boy, doesn't that look good? Well, let me show you how easy it is to prepare. We've placed a 4 to 4.5 pound corned beef in the base unit, and we covered it with just enough water just to top the corned beef. Then we're going to take the vented dome lid, and we're going to put that into the lip lock of the base. Now, you're going to leave the vent in the open position, and here's how you can tell the open position. Small dot closed, large dot open. Arrow points both to the small and large dot. We've set the heat control to 220 degrees. We're going to let this come to a boil. Oh, by the way, the automatic heat control has settings from simmer to 420 degrees. Plus, it has an indicator light that cycles on and off during the entire cooking process. Now, what this does is give you an even temperature. It'll be maintained throughout the entire cooking process, and you'll have better results that way. Oh, by the way, once the water comes to a boil, it should be immediately drained and replaced with fresh cold water. And like we have here, fresh cold water, we add the quarters of cabbage. Then we're going to take and put the vent dome lid, remember, still in the open position, set the heat control down to simmer, and let that cook for about 3.5 to 4 hours, or until the meat is nice and tender. Oh, by the way, the vegetables, very important. Remember, we're talking about a 3-stack system. Number 2 level is the base unit. As you can see here, notice there are partitions. We have string beans, we have carrots, we have potatoes. On level 3, which is the steamer rack, we've taken 4 ears of fresh corn. Now, even though this hasn't cooked 3.5 or 4 hours, of course, but we want to show you how the steaming stacking system works. So we're just going to take and place the vegetables, Unit 2. We're then going to take the corn, which is on the 3rd level. We're going to set that in the top here. There's your 3rd level. Of course, you put the vented dome on, remember, in the open position, and you let that cook for 20 minutes. And by the way, those vegetables shouldn't be put in until last, 20 minutes before you're ready to serve the entire meal. And the entire meal, well, this is what it looks like. A New England steamed dinner with corned beef and cabbage. For a delicious variation of this complete meal, simply use ham in place of corned beef. The stacking system makes it easy to do a variety of complete meals like this Oriental seafood combination of mussels and steamed fish, or this all-American favorite, hot dogs and sauerkraut with steamed potatoes. Steaming is simple. It's easy to do. You know, if you can boil water, you can steam. And when you steam foods, remember, there's no fats, no oils, no cholesterol. It's healthier for you. It's healthier for your family. Now, I'd like to show you the waterless method. Actually, you use about 3 tablespoons of water. You can see the water is boiling. And we have our vegetables in the steamer insert, stainless steel insert with the petitions. Got about 4 or 5 different vegetables, and you'll notice the vegetables are still moist. After you wash the vegetables, please don't dry them, leave them moist, and then you set the insert into the unit. Now we're going to cover with the dome, making sure that the vent is in the closed position, the arrow towards the small dot. Now, I must tell you something, that when you cook vegetables this way, they're going to be more nutritious. They're going to be crisper to the bite, more succulent to the taste. Remember, the high-rise multi-cooker cooks 10 different ways, and you can make gourmet-style foods. Oh, I showed those Italian delicacies at the beginning. Why don't we do some of those? Remember the steak pizzaiola and the linguine with fresh clam sauce? For the steak pizzaiola, here in the base unit, we've put a couple of tablespoons of olive oil, fresh minced garlic, oh, I love that garlic, and some oregano and some basil. Then we've made strips of steak. Now, you can cut them from a strip steak. You can do it from filet, like I have here. They're about 1 inch wide and about a 1/4 inch thick. And we're going to lay those in here like this, and we're going to let them brown and make sure that they get nice and brown on both sides. This takes about, 6 minutes or so. Total, about 3.5 minutes on each side. We'll lay them in there and let that fry. Now, as soon as they're browned on both sides, and we've already got them to save time, we're going to add some of our vegetables. For instance, we're going to take some green peppers, which we've chopped on the coarse side, and we'll add the green peppers to that. Then we're going to add some onions. Notice we've also chopped the onions in a coarse fashion, and we're going to put those in there too. And we're going to let this brown. Well, I wouldn't forget the oregano. Of course not. To me, the oregano is one of the real things that make Italian dishes what they are. Almost anything Italian with a little oregano on it is better. Oh, the same is true of garlic. We're going to add a little bit more of that fresh minced garlic. And put a little extra in there too. And we're going to let this cook up now and brown. Let's just mix and stir this for about, 4 or 5 minutes. By the way, you let this cook for about 6 or 8 minutes more. Over here on the other side, you'll see how we've got it going, and we're going to put some more tomatoes in there. We take some whole tomatoes, drain them first, and you put that in, and by golly, I guarantee you, you're going to have steak pizzaiola as good as you're ever going to get it in the finest Italian restaurant. Now, not only can this be used for making the steak pizzaiola. So many people ask me, what about steak without the pizzaiola? Of course you can make steak without the pizzaiola. You can pan broil. Yes, the high-rise multi-cooker is great for pan broiling steaks. T-bone, porterhouse, sirloin steak. It's just so versatile. It's a Dutch oven. Or for that matter, you could use it as a regular oven. You want to bake a pie, you want to bake a cake. Anything that you can do with your oven, you can do with the multi-cooker. You can do chicken. Oh, you want to make roast chicken? Look at this. Roast chicken. Do roast beef, roast pork, leg of lamb. All you have to do is close the vent. You know, unlike your regular oven that heats the whole house when you bake, heat's all locked right in here. And this is easy to clean. You know, I don't have to tell you when you got to clean that oven of yours, what a job it is. Not with this. All you have to do is unplug the probe. Then it's completely immersible in water. You can wash this in the dishwasher if you like. And it is impregnated, the entire inside of the base unit, impregnated with a non-stick, non-burn surface. It's just so simple, so easy to clean. Oh yes, one more thing. You like fried chicken? Everybody likes fried chicken. Well, you don't have to go to the Colonel for the crispy fried chicken. You can make crispy fried chicken in a chicken fryer. This turns into a chicken fryer. Now, the secret of a chicken fryer, you get that chicken nice and crisp, then you put the dome lid on with the vent to close position, and you let the low moisture laden heat begin to cook that chicken moist, tender, juicy on the inside like you've never had chicken before. Take my word for it. You make chicken in this, you'll never make it any other way. One of the all-time great side dishes, especially pasta side dishes, has to be linguine with fresh clam sauce. Now, just a sight of this is enough to make anyone's mouth water. Now, the secret to this dish is the fresh clams. In other words, you can use here we have minced clams that came from a can. Now, the reason I mention that is because in many areas you can't get fresh clams. But if fresh clams are available, usually cherry stone, little neck clams such as we have here, these are the secret to making that sauce what it is. That makes the difference. If you want that real Italian linguine with clam sauce taste, you use the fresh clam. Now, what we do is we take 1/3 part vinegar and 2/3 part water. To that we add about a half a cup to a cup of sherry wine, depending on how you like the flavor. And we add about 2.5 tablespoons of seafood seasoning. There are, 2 or 3 different brands that you can get. And we're going to let this come to a boil, all right? We're going to let this all come to a boil. And then once that comes to a boil, then we add the steamer insert. Now, we're, want to save time here, already a little bit ahead. We've put, oh boy, look at that. We put the clams in the steamer insert. And when the shell's open, some people say, how long does it take to do the clams? Well, I guess 12 to 15 minutes is the normal time. But the clams tell you themselves when they're done. When the shell's open, they're ready to be enjoyed, ready to serve. You have cool touch handles so that you can maneuver it, set it up anywhere you like, anti-scratch legs. It's perfect for serving the linguine with the fresh clam sauce right at the table. Now, for our linguine, which we're doing here in the base, we do this for about 10 or 12 minutes and make sure that you don't overcook it. In Italian, they say al dente. You want a firm texture. And once that firm texture has been achieved, then you do something special. Probably you never heard of this before, but this is a little tip. And it's going to save you calories because it cuts down on the starch, and it's going to add to the taste. Now look, here we have 1.5 pints of iced water, and we're going to pour that right into the linguine, like you see there. Don't rinse it with anything else. We're going to take that, and we're first going to remove the heat probe, and then we're going to put that into a colander, and we're going to let that drain. That'll take about 1.5 minutes to drain. Now, while that's draining, we're going to do the clams. Now, remember we said fresh clams. That's important. We've saved about 1/3 of the clams, left them in the shell. The rest we've chopped, like you see here. And we've taken a couple of tablespoons of olive oil, some oregano, little basil, and then we're going to put the chopped clams right into this. And you let this brown, it takes about 2 minutes. I like to add a little bit more of the garlic. Golly, I love the garlic. Garlic is also a very important part of this dish. The more tolerance you have for garlic, the better this dish is. And we're going to let that brown for about 1 minute. That's all you need. By that time, you're ready. This is all drained now. And we're going to take right from the colander. Remember, don't rinse this any other way. That's a problem. A lot of people, they rinse this. They want to, it's the wrong thing. You let it, ice water, set 2 minutes, then into the unit like you see here. And we'll get that in nice and, there we go. And we're going to toss that, there we go. And we're going to mix that so that the clams, go right in with the linguine. Just want to get that all mixed and tossed. And remember, you're going to serve this right from the unit that you cook it in. There's the clams all mixed in. That part's done. We're going to take a little bit of, you can use butter if you like. I like a little olive oil. Put that over the top like you see there. Then we take some fresh parsley. Don't use parsley chopped, stuff like that. This dish requires that you put some fresh parsley all around like you see here. Get that fresh parsley. And some fresh ground black pepper. Don't shake it, grind it. And put, the more you can put on there, the more you can take, the better it's going to be. Oh, and last but not least, we have to put some Parmesan cheese over the top of that. Oh boy, you're going to have linguine like you've never had in your life. And the garnish and decoration, now this may not be Venice. We don't have those little tiny baby clams, but you top this off with the clams just like you see here. And 1, 2, 3, you've got the greatest linguine with fresh clam sauce you've ever had in your life. Now at this point, I'm sure that many of you are wondering, where can you find a high-rise multi-cooker? And of course, how much will it cost you? Well, for now, the high-rise multi-cooker is only available through this program. If you act right now, you can own the complete high-rise multi-cooker system. Are you ready? Only $69.95. That's right. For only $69.95, you can own the complete high-rise multi-cooker system. What's more, if you order now, we will send it to you for a free 10-day home trial. That's right. We'll let you cook with it right in your own home, right in your own kitchen. And after 10 days, if you're not 100% satisfied with it, don't keep it. Return it for full refund. No questions asked. But you must act now.
It roasts, bakes, braises, pan broils, boils, stews, deep fries, stir fries, and best of all, offers the most extraordinary steaming system there is. It's the amazing high-rise multi-cooker that lets you cook 10 different ways. With a high-rise multi-cooker's specially designed stacking system, prepare an entire meal all in the same unit at the same time. Its combined cooking system allows you to prepare healthier, more nutritious foods faster and easier. Steamed vegetables, seafood, and oriental dishes cook perfect every time. Remove the stackable steaming rack and the multi-cooker becomes a pan broiler for steaks, chops, hamburgers, and hot dogs. Place the special vented dome lid with its unique lip lock feature on the cooker, and you've created a perfect seal for roasting or baking. The high-rise multi-cooker is designed with cool-to-touch handles and anti-scratch legs, easy for serving foods right at the table. Order now, and you'll receive the heavy-duty aluminum base unit with super non-stick surface, the stainless steel steamer insert, the 3-way metal rack for roasting, baking, and steaming, the special vented dome cover with lip lock feature, the removable automatic heat control, and of course, a complete set of illustrated instructions and recipes. You might expect to pay $100 or more for a comparable cooking system, but on this special TV offer, you get it all for the special preview price of only $69.95. That's right, $69.95. But wait, there's more, because you'll also receive absolutely free all 5 cooking utensils used on the program and a special limited edition booklet of Lester's 40 favorite recipes. Act now, and we'll send you the high-rise multi-cooker for a free 10-day home trial. After 10 days, if you're not 100% satisfied, return the multi-cooker for a full refund. But keep the 5 utensils and limited edition recipe book as our free gift just for ordering. Here's how to order.
Now, if what you've seen and heard so far hasn't convinced you that you should at least try this, take advantage of the free 10-day home trial offer, then we're going to show you some things that really will get you excited, and I know you're going to act on our offer. For instance, here we have steamed hard-shell crabs, and boy, are they delicious. Let's talk about the liquid mixture that we do for the crabs. We use 1 part of vinegar, 2 parts of water. We use no wine this time, but a touch of the hot sauce and the seafood seasoning. That's all you need. Put them in there about 20, 22 minutes until the shells turn bright red, just like that. That tells you they're done, and they're ready to enjoy. Now, for your shrimp steamed in beer, you're going to use a liquid mixture of half beer and half water. To that, we're going to add about a cup of vinegar. We're going to add about 2½ tablespoons of the seafood seasoning and a touch of hot sauce. Well, you might want to give it 2 touches of hot sauce. Depends on your taste. Now, we're going to take the shrimp, which we put in the steamer insert, and we're going to put those in and cover with the vent in the open position. Always remember, large dot, open position. Let those steam about 22 23 minutes, until the shrimp turn a pinkish white. Now, last but not least, we're going to do the lobsters, the centerpiece for the New England clam bake. And take a look at these lobsters that we've got steaming here. Aren't they beautiful? Now, there are two ways to make the lobster. One, you can steam them like we're doing here, or the other is you can boil them, boiled or steamed, whichever way you like. Multi-cooker will make them for you. Takes about 22 to 25 minutes. By the way, the liquid mixture for the lobsters can be plain water, a little seafood seasoning. If you want to add a touch of vinegar, a touch of wine, that's entirely up to yourself. Cooking time, 22 to 25 minutes. When the shells turn a bright red, they're ready. Yes, sir. And now that we've finished the lobster, all that's left for the clam bake is the fried beefsteak tomatoes, which we're doing right here. And they're simple to make. You get yourself a nice baked tomato, cut them in about half-inch slices, about that thickness. Dredge it in a little egg batter. I take some breadcrumbs, and I also like to sprinkle just a little bit of Parmesan cheese over the top. And we put those in the fryer, and we let those fry, about 2 minutes on each side, and you're going to have the most delicious fried beefsteak tomato you've ever had. By the way, it's great to go with the clam bake, but it's also nice. You can serve it with any type of food, with steaks or chops or anything like that. Fried beefsteak tomatoes made in just minutes. Now, for your fried foods, you always have an accumulation of oils that you have to dispose of. And you know, I found a product that I think is really amazing to get rid of the oils from the fried foods. You know, usually you're pouring them in a can and you don't know what to do with the can. This is called Absorbex, and it really works magnificently. You open it up, it's a pouch, and we're going to pour the oil. It'll be absorbed. Every drop of it will be absorbed right into the Absorbex pouch. And then we seal that as a sealer, a lock. And you know what? You just dispose of it. That's how simple it is. Absorbex, really, it's great. Now, I'd like to talk about a very special way of cooking that we like to do at home. It's called braising. And we've got a brisket here about 4 pounds, a little more than 4 pounds. And we're going to put that in, and we're going to let that cook at about 220 degrees. Sear it. We're going to sear that on both sides for about 5 minutes. 10 minutes altogether. Now, of course, we don't have the time to wait until that's done, so we're going to go over here to one that we've already seared on both sides. You can see how nice and brown it is. Now, after it's seared, then we're going to add the vegetables to it. We're going to use green peppers, onions, mushrooms, carrots, and we're just going to put those right in all over the meat. By the way, notice that we put the rack in. That's very important. After we seared it on both sides, we put the rack in the roasting position. Remember, the rack is reversible. One side you use it for steaming, the other side for roasting or baking. Then you put this lid on, lock it in, the lip lock, and you make sure the vent is in the open position. The large hole is the open position. Now you let that cook for 40 minutes. Oh, by the way, you notice I didn't put any liquids in? No liquids for the first 40 minutes. Oh, by the way, let's take a look over here. This one's already beginning to sear. See that? There we are. It's already seared on one side. This is actual cooking. That's how fast it does the work. But, you know, to save time on a show like this, we have to use 2 or 3 different units. Now, let's say it's 40 minutes later. Here it is, ready for the liquids. See that? Oh, boy. Now, what we like to use is some beef bouillon. You can use plain water if you like. But now for the first time, we're going to put in about 1.5 cups of beef bouillon. Then we're going to add to that a touch of Worcestershire sauce. That's a pretty good touch. We're going to add a couple of bay leaves. And we're going to add a little bit of thyme. I like to use a little bit of that in there. And of course, my favorite, we're going to add some fresh minced garlic. We like to put a lot of that on there. Oh, boy, that smells good. Last but not least, here's something you may like to taste in your foods, and that is a little ketchup or some chili sauce. We're going to put that over the top, too. Now, we're going to let that cook for 40 minutes more now that the liquids are in, vent in the open position, and then 40 minutes later, we're going to turn it over on the other side. We're going to turn the heat down to simmer. Let it cook for an hour more on each side. Actually, the total cooking time is about 3 to 3.5 hours. one thing I promise you is that when you're finished with this, you're going to have the most delicious brisket you've ever tasted in all your life. Now, at this point, you have to admit that the high-rise multi-cooker is truly an amazing appliance. Not only does it cook 10 different ways, it does so simpler, faster, easier, and more important, makes healthier, tastier meals for you and for your family. Best of all, the high-rise multi-cooker can be yours for the special low introductory price of only $69.95. That's right. For only $69.95, you can own the complete high-rise multi-cooker system. What's more, if you order now, we will send it to you for a free 10-day home trial. We'll let you cook with it right in your own kitchen. And after 10 days, if you're not 100% satisfied with it, don't keep it. Return it for full refund. No questions asked. But you must act now.
It roasts, bakes, braises, pan broils, boils, stews, deep fries, stir fries, and best of all, offers the most extraordinary steaming system there is. It's the amazing high-rise multi-cooker that lets you cook 10 different ways. With a high-rise multi-cooker's specially designed stacking system, prepare an entire meal all in the same unit at the same time. Its combined cooking system allows you to prepare healthier, more nutritious foods faster and easier. Steamed vegetables, seafood, and oriental dishes cook perfect every time. Remove the stackable steaming rack and the multi-cooker becomes a pan broiler for steaks, chops, hamburgers, and hot dogs. Place the special vented dome lid with its unique lip lock feature on the cooker, and you've created a perfect seal for roasting or baking. The high-rise multi-cooker is designed with cool-to-touch handles and anti-scratch legs, easy for serving foods right at the table. Order now, and you'll receive the heavy-duty aluminum base unit with super non-stick surface, the stainless steel steamer insert, the three-way metal rack for roasting, baking, and steaming, the special vented dome cover with lip lock feature, the removable automatic heat control, and, of course, a complete set of illustrated instructions and recipes. You might expect to pay $100 or more for a comparable cooking system, but on this special TV offer, you get it all for the special preview price of only $69.95. That's right, $69.95. But wait, there's more, because you'll also receive absolutely free all 5 cooking utensils used on the program and a special limited edition booklet of Lester's 40 favorite recipes. Act now, and we'll send you the high-rise multi-cooker for a free 10-day home trial. After 10 days, if you're not 100% satisfied, return the multi-cooker for a full refund. But keep the 5 utensils and limited edition recipe book as our free gift just for ordering. Here's how to order.